Hi everyone, I am here today to review a book that I hold. I'm going to say it would have been last Christmas. Anyways, I've had it a while. It's been sat on my shelves waiting for me to finally get around to reading it. I've done it and I just thought, let's talk about my thoughts and feelings. I think you can probably tell what it is. You can read the title. But yeah, it's Apocrypha, the Babymetal graphic novel. So this is the Legend of Babymetal. So, first things first. It's a graphic novel about the band Babymetal, which they have a lot of backstory and lore already within the music, within the shows. We all kind of know that there's stuff going on that we expect when we're watching a live show or listening to a new album. Things we kind of know are gonna get mentioned or appear and things like that. So this is excellent fan service in that sense. The references are there. So I'll let you have a little look inside, not to spoil it too much, but we'll get on to how I feel about spoilers anyway. I feel like, whatever, you can look at it's a couple of pages inside, so you can see it has what I think is really nice appropriate artwork for the style of the story and kind of because it's Babymetal themed, it was either going to be absolutely adorable manga, or it was going to be something a bit darker and kind of grungier looking like this, I think. So obviously they've gone the other route. I think they've appealed to a more male audience, let's say. I feel like that's where it could have gone one way or the other. It could have been absolutely adorable manga, and I think it would have appealed more to the female fans, or it could go for this more kind of action looking comic-y style to appeal to a male audience. So that's kind of how I feel in the artwork. Obviously I'm a female, so I'm not saying that you can't read it if you're female, but I do think that was kind of more the audience they targeted when they picked an artist to do this. If it had been manga, oh god, I think I would have snatched it up even more than I did just finding out this book existed. That I love manga and adorable artwork. It's why Yu Watase is my favourite artist. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting sidetracked, but if you want to make a Babymetal manga like that, please, and I've just given you an artist who will do absolutely adorable work for you. So yeah, I've got a few notes here. I've already touched on the first bit, is nice artwork. So next thing that I noticed when reading this is that they had this with the 3 original members in mind. Now, they released this, I'm pretty sure, after Yui had left, or just around the time that we weren't sure. It's recent. I feel like did I get the album first and then the book? I feel like that happened. I feel like I got the latest album and then I got the book. So we're well into Yui not being in the band. But when they made this story and when they've done all the artwork and everything, it was when the 3 were the band. So it's kind of a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgic, but not. You're kind of oh, remember what was the 3 girls? I know it's not that long ago, but yeah, so this has been coming for a while. They've had this in mind for a long time. But the 3 main characters, sort of, I'll kind of explain without spoiling too much, were Seo, I wonder who that is, Sue, Miko, oh, who could that possibly be? Oh, sorry, I'm making myself laugh now. Sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, so it's Miko, who is Moa, and then what's she called, Yoshino, who is Yui. So like, they made this with the 3 girls being in the band in mind when they released this, blatantly. So, you know, they obviously didn't want rid of Yui. So it follows these girls, and the fox god gives them a task to help restore the metal resistance. I think that's all you need to know plot-wise. And it's a good start to a story based on a band and their albums. I mean, obviously we've referenced one of the albums by name. The Fox God has always been around in all the Babymetal lore, shows, everything. Like, the Fox God's always been mentioned. It's got the 3 core characters who are the band members, but then it's a bit bare bones. And I feel like maybe they needed to reference more of the music somehow. I mean, they do reference a couple of songs that's in there. They needed to reference maybe a little bit more. Just more. Like, it's not very long, as you can see. And this story is very much bare bones, and on to the next bit. Quick, we need to move the plot along. Oh, here's another thing. Oh, we didn't really explain it, but here it is. Which is fine. Like, I mean, I do think maybe as well there may be some translation issues in here. Obviously, like, the animation, the artwork itself still would tell the same story, but like, it just felt very rushed, and that you were like, now we're going to do this. Oh, all of a sudden we're here. And there wasn't really an explanation as to why we were here doing this. I mean, obviously I grasped it, like, as I continued on, but it was kind of just like, and then the end. And it ends quite abruptly, I think, as well. Like, it's just like, oh, and now everything's the end. And that is the main issue with this story. I feel like if this book was twice as long, it would be a much better story. You'd get much more artwork. You'd be able to reference more about the band and the songs and get a bit more in there and just build a much better in-depth, full lore of the backstory of this band and kind of give them more characterization and more, just more of an explanation. Instead of just, well, then the fox god came along and said, do my task, and then the things happened. You know, it just needed a little bit more. And I think that's, again, it could be that when you translate into English you can't get as much across, maybe. I don't know, I can't speak Japanese because I'm stupid, I guess. Joking, but I would love to speak another language, but I ain't at a level that I can learn a new language now. Anyways, yeah, I'm getting sidetracked, but I just wish there was more to this. I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if they just extended each kind of section of the story and just made it a bit more, give it a bit more oomph to it and more details, more in depth. And, you know, then there'd be more artwork as well, which would be nice, you know, more nice things to look at. So whilst I did enjoy the story of the bare bones story that it was, and I enjoyed looking at all the artwork, I enjoyed noticing the odd little references, and I wanted more from it, a lot more really. So yeah, they could have made this twice as long and it would have been a lot better. Even if they just put half the story in this, and they, you know, if they really so desperately had to release this like this, make it a 2-parter, I would have bought both parts. Like, of course I would have done. Hi, I'm Vicky and I'm a sucker for my fandoms. But yeah, I think that it just needed more, a lot more, and that is why I gave it 3, that's a 5, a 3 out of 5 stars, because I enjoyed what I got, but I just needed so much more than that. So I had fun with it, and I'm glad I own this, and I'll keep it forever. And don't expect me to unhaul it, because I probably won't, because it's part of my fandom. But I just wish it was better. Like, I'm not saying that the quality was bad of the actual book itself, but it just could have been brilliant. It could have really been a perfect piece of, fandom embodied in a book, but it just didn't have enough going on to be as exciting as I wanted it to be. And that's the kind of sad story, really. In the end, it is sad that it's not quite as good as I expected it to be, but I'm really glad I've read this, and I'm glad I own this, and it was really fun. So, good and bad. Just gonna quickly scan through my notes and make sure I got all of my parts out there. Yeah, it's there. So yes, this is my review. 3 out of 5 stars. If you're a Babymetal fan, I feel like you can get some enjoyment out of it. I think if someone was to just pick this up not realising it's based on the band and just start reading it, I think they'd probably rate it lower, because they'd be like, what the hell is this? Nothing is established and explained. But it's a fun read. It's a nice piece of a fandom that I'm happy to be in, and I look forward to anything else that Babymetal do in the future. Maybe they'll expand upon it more. Maybe they'll give me a manga and I will read it to death. I will. So yeah, that's just my quick thoughts and feelings on Apocrypha. If you've read it, tell me what you thought. Do you agree? If you've rated it higher or lower than me, explain why, and we can have a little chat about it. Do you know of any other bands that have comics or manga or anything that you think I would enjoy? I have read all of the Within Temptation, the Unforgiving series. You'll find the review for that on my channel as well. So if there's anything else like that you think that I should read, let me know. And thank you so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.